Wow. And let's go to Tara, who's been waiting. Yes, Tara. Tara, you there?
Hello?
Yes, hi, you're on the air.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Well, I wish I wasn't, actually, but yes. You are on the air, and this is...
Oh, God. Well, I just want to start off by saying that I'm such a fan.
Oh, well, we feel the same, Tara.
And I have listened to you guys since you guys were called, since the logo was Cube 93 Jams.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful.
And, anyways, this is the first time I've ever called in, and,
What's the matter?
My question basically is...
Sorry, don't. Yes, what? Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
My question basically is that, so I'm about to turn 30, and I am single, and I've never been married. I don't have any kids.
Right.
What?
I said right.
What does that mean?
Go ahead.
It's just an acknowledgement of the statement.
And also an acknowledgement that I'm starting to get a little bored already.
Right. I was trying to leave that one out.
All right.
I was just trying to get her to continue.
All right. What'd you say so far? I really haven't been listening. So
she's 30, never been married, no kids.
My situation is boring. It's not interesting enough.
Well, I'm hoping it gets more interesting, but yes, thus far, I'm not really seeing anything of any interest level, I have to be honest. Go ahead. Where's it going, though?
Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I value your opinion.
Oh, geez.
But at least, hey, I've been on hold for 30 minutes.
I'll hear you out, Tara.
Upset, I think.
Go ahead. Don't get so bent out of shape so quickly. Say what you want to say. You're 30 and you've never what? She's never what?
She's never been married and has no kids.
Have no kids. Go ahead.
Thanks, Sarah. Yes.
All right.
Okay,
I listen.
So anyways, I'm Asian, and because I have not found the person of my, person I want to spend the rest of my life with, my parents want to help me out by hooking me up with somebody.
You have not found that. You have not found that soulmate, that Mr. Right, that Prince Charming that you were always promised. He's never. He's never made his presence known in the 30 years you've been living, and you're starting to get into a little bit of a panic. And if you're in a panic, that only leads us to believe that your mom, you're telling us, is in even a greater panic, and now she's starting to force the issue on getting you a soulmate. Is that where we're going here, or what?
Exactly.
Okay, so what is she doing that would be an indicator that she's really concerned to the point where she's starting to force the issue on making sure that you settle down before you become an old Asian maid?
Okay, for one thing, she tells me that she's concerned.
All right, how does she say it? What words does she use?
Well, she's just afraid that I'm going to, end up not getting married, and she feels like I'm getting to the point where I'm about to, be across the point where I'm,
All right, well, it sounds like she talks to you then in some reasonable terms. It's not like she's saying, you better get out there and get married quick before your butt dries up. She doesn't say things like that. You have a mom that actually is pretty on the level and just is telling you what time it is, basically.
Exactly,
okay.
She tells it straight up, and I appreciate that, and I agree with her, but at the same time, it's just like, I can't just go marry Joe Blow because I'm 30.
Well, Joe Blow is busy groping women on planes, so you don't have to worry about him. But, so is that the extent to your mom forcing the issue? Is that it? She's just telling you to...
No, that is not it.
What's the deal?
Okay, so, I just got to the first point.
Oh, geez, we're only on the first point?
The second point is that because they feel like, I'm getting older and stuff, and I'm not 30 yet, but I'm about to be 30.
Right.
Yeah, if this is a first date, I'm pulling the ripcord.
Oh, wow.
Check, please.
It's really surprising to us that you haven't been able to find Mr. Right.
Man.
I dated a...
We heard the first point. Can we make this 5-point conversation a little bit more speedy? Can you get to points 2, 3, 4, and 5 a little bit more rapidly? Is that something we can do here, or what?
Can you die from boredom or no?
Oh, just wondering.
Oh, good. After being able to talk to you, I'm like, God, you're an asshole.
Okay, well, now I'm glad you found out the reality firsthand. But I'm still willing to listen to your situation, so if you're still willing to tell me about it, as long as you tell me in a more speedy fashion, it'd be good, because there are other people waiting. I'm sorry to have to hit you with that reality, too. Go ahead, tell me the rest.
The second thing is that I actually I went overseas, and I actually met somebody.
You went overseas, and what happened?
And I met somebody.
Oh, all right. Well, that's progress. How about that?
Good for you.
We thought, and here we were thinking all hope was gone.
Right.
Where'd you go overseas? Did you go to some area of Asia, someplace in Europe? What'd you do?
I went to some place in Asia.
So more close to the motherland there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What part of Asia?
I don't want to say.
Oh, because of course we'd know exactly who you found if you were to tell us you went to Japan.
I know that guy.
Well, I'm from Seattle, and everybody I know listens to Cube, so I'm not...
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you won't tell us what country because that's too specific, and we don't want to get too personal here.
You realize there's a billion people in China, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you went to Asia and you found
found the
somebody.
guy.
All right, so what's the problem then?
Okay, so I went there for like a couple of weeks, and I met somebody while I was there.
Right.
Stop.
Go ahead.
And then I had a... Oh, God, who the heck is cracking up in the background?
Nobody. It's your imagination. Go
And
ahead.
I miss Stephen Kilbreth.
Okay,
Bring him back,
we all
please.
do.
Whoa.
All right.
And so, yeah, I met somebody, and I got to kick it with him for a couple of weeks, and I had to come back to America. And, what do I do? Like, am I supposed to just... How do I continue that relationship? Do I just, marry him or what?
If he was interested in continuing the relationship, he would be with some means to figure that out himself. But it doesn't seem like he's that inspired. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
So you guys
Wrong?
still are in
So
contact?
You think he
Who
wants...
doesn't want to come to America?
Well, a guy who doesn't want to be hanging out with you every day, maybe.
I'll pass.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know. You sound like you're a little touchy, first of all.
What?
First of all, you sound a little touchy. Second of all, you're a little long-winded, but that's all right. You sound nice enough, so I don't know specifically who wouldn't want to hang out with you. You're 30 years old, and you've had trouble meeting a guy for any long period of time. So why forget about this guy that you met over in Asia? We don't want to get again too specific with the country.
Right.
Why do you think it is that you haven't been able to find someone to really have a serious relationship? What is it about you that's preventing you from being in any kind of serious relationships?
I honestly don't think it's about me. I think it's about them.
Right. So you're taking the onus off yourself so that you'll never improve any of the qualities that may be holding you back from being in a relationship. If you deny that it's your fault at all, if you take accountability out of the equation, then you'll never be a woman on the improve. We should all be, as human beings, able to acknowledge that we do have faults and we're able to improve based on acknowledging them. Right or wrong, Tara? Which I don't even believe is your real name. Is that your name, Tara? I don't know any Asian girl's named Tara. Do you, Terry?
There you go. Right there.
Close.
Well, unless they were adopted by German white parents.
Okay. All right.
Is that your
Can I
name?
make a comment about Terry Free?
Oh, you know what? We don't need to hear all your comments about Stephen Kilbreth and Terry Free. Nobody cares.
Unless she's going to rip her, baby.
Okay, fine.
I want to know, I asked you a question. Is Tara, I'll bet you $1,000 it's not, Terry. Is Tara your real name? I'm not going to ask you what's your real name if it's not. So don't worry. Don't get all paranoid again.
I don't care.
It's not your real name.
No.
Okay. Why do you have this fear that your whole life is going to be exposed? And what are you really talking about that's so secretive here that you can't be telling us what country you went to and you can't give us your real name?
Well, I'm a private person, for one thing, and I grew up in Seattle, so everybody I know listens to you.
All right, listen.
Listens to you.
Nobody knows you, though, on that kind of level where they're like, oh, I know exactly who that is, all right?
Everyone knows you're single. Who cares?
My cell phone is blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
My cell phone is blowing up. Everybody's
It's
calling
about
me.
time.
They know I'm on there.
Tara,
What?
I think you're a nice enough lady, all right? And I think that you shouldn't panic. You spent 2 weeks with a guy, but that doesn't make potential lifetimes staring you in the face here, all right? So don't get overhyped about this guy, and don't get over-panicked about the fact that you haven't met a guy who is going to be the one that you're, as a woman who's ready to settle down, that you settle down with, all right? Don't let your mother, because that's what mothers are supposed to do. They're supposed to really fill you up with fear. Pacey Davis going through the same thing about how you're going to live a life of loneliness. When the time comes, it's all going to work out.
Okay.
All right?
God, it was a pleasure to hear your opinion.
Okay.
And can I still make my comment about Terry Free?
God, say it.
If it's that important to you.
Yes, actually it is, because I've met her.
All right.
Cheers.
And I just want to say that I, love Terry Free. You know, she's Asian, Filipino, whatever.